I can't believe the Jets. I really cannot believe the Jets. All the Jets had to do is win one game against the Dolphins, just one game, and the Steelers make the playoffs. The Patriots took care of business. The Steelers took care of business. All we needed was the Jets to take care of business against Skylar Thompson, a backup QB for the Dolphins, and the Jets could not do it. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. It was a field goal game. Like, they couldn't. Joe Flacco, oh my god, dude, the Steelers had a chance to go to the playoffs. Now, they may have not done anything, but I wanted to see Kenny Pickett in the playoffs so bad, and the Jets really just screwed up all our chances of going, and now we are out of the playoffs officially. So yeah, that's basically the season for the Steelers. Like I said, we did take care of business against the Browns. We made it a awful, just a helpful day for Deshaun Watson. We sacked him a bunch and we put pressure on him a lot. He was able to, slime his way out. But we, for the most part, we took care of business, and, we sacked him a lot, and we made him feel our pressure. And, he didn't have a great performance, and we really just held the whole offense in general, because Watson really couldn't get the ball out because he was being just pressured. Steelers defense has been keeping us in games, and today they did it the same. And, it was just, it was really fun to watch our defense just really take over a game. And like I always say, our defense is always the type that feels like they're getting beat up, but today they did the beating up. I feel like defensively, this was like the Steelers one of the best showings so far this season. It really did feel like we were in control of this whole game. Now, they did, they put up 14 points and it kind of felt like they were coming back a little bit, but our offense picked up when it needed to, and we did our part offensively. And yeah, our defense really, just held their own. We had 7 sacks. Like, I'm telling you, we really forced Deshaun Watson into hell. He was struggling a lot today. And offensively, passing yards, they only had 173 yards, which is good. A lot of them came in like just big chunk plays though. Like, they would have just like maybe a couple of times a quarter, they would just have big chunk plays, because like Amari Cooper is just Amari Cooper, and they just had chunk plays. But I feel like our defense really, just those 7 sacks and we had 2 interceptions, it really felt like it was the Steelers defensive type of game, and like it felt like we had this game in the bag, and we actually did have the game in the bag. It feels like we lost though, because we did lose out on the playoffs, but defensively our Steelers did it. And when it comes to the Steelers offensively, I felt like we were pretty good and efficient. Now, there were some plays and some drives where it kind of felt like, what are we doing? But I think we really did good in our third down efficiency. We were 9 for 15, and like I just like towards the end of the game, on third downs, Kenny Pickett really just like shined. Like, he looked like a star. He looked like a great QB. Now, he didn't look like that the whole game. He had 189 passing yards, but the whole game, I would say he didn't really look like this was another kind of a Kenny Pickett, kind of a mixed bag of games where like when he needed to make a throw, he did make a throw, but besides that, there was a lot of throws that he did miss, and there was some like just wide receivers that were just wide open that he didn't hit. And yeah, it just kind of felt like it was like I don't want to say the pressure was too much on Kenny Pickett, because we won the game and he didn't have any interceptions. He didn't lose us this game at all. He won us this game for sure. But there was just some points of the game where like, just maybe some rookie stuff was still going on where like he didn't make the best decision. However, like I said, he didn't lose us this game, so I am kind of happy with his performance. It wasn't the best, but he didn't lose it, and I'm very happy with that. Rushing the ball, we did a pretty decent job too, 148 yards, and man, Najee Harris almost had a touchdown. Oh my god, I wish that this game would have felt so much like just easier, because there was a lot of times where this game felt like, oh my god, what are the Steelers doing? Are they going to choke this game? And I think it really, like, the whole kind of like motivation and just kind of like feel of the game really switched after the first drive where we didn't, our first drive where we didn't get that touchdown, where Najee Harris clearly scored a touchdown, but they didn't challenge it, they didn't review it, nothing happened, no one threw the challenge flag or anything, and it was basically not a non-touchdown, but it was a touchdown. Najee Harris' knee never hit the ground, and he stretched over the line, and it should have been a touchdown. And I think the momentum easily switches right there, and I think that was the point where it really changed the momentum, because we didn't do anything after that. The next 2 plays were just dead. We gained no yards, and we had to settle for a field goal. And I think that's really where the momentum, like, even though the Bills didn't have crazy momentum, that momentum was still there, where like if we had that touchdown, it feels like a different game. It feels like a completely different game, but we didn't get that touchdown, and now it's like, oh, The Bills are still in it. We only got 3 points. It should have been 7. So yeah, I think, but we did come back from that. And we did win this game. So it's kind of hard, but like that should have been a touchdown. Najee Harris deserved that touchdown 100%. So yeah, the Steelers played a really great game. Defensively, they were there. Offensively, there was some lulls. There's some up and downs, but we did it. We actually did. Put up boards. We put up touchdowns, and that's all that matters, and we won this game very convincingly, I would say. But it doesn't matter because the Jets didn't win. The Jets were in a field goal game against the Dolphins, and if the Jets won, it would eliminate the Dolphins, and then the Steelers would get in with the Patriots losing as well. And the Patriots did lose to the Bills, so essentially it came down to the Jets losing for us to win. And the Jets, the Jets, they sold so hard, dude. Joe Flacco and the Jets, I can't believe, oh my god, I would never forgive the Jets. I will never forgive the Jets. I hope Zach Wilson is their quarterback forever. They deserve this because, oh my god, all they had to do is score one touchdown or just another field goal or something, dude. They just had to be a competent offense for once, dude. Oh my god, they really sold this. This is so upsetting because the Steelers could have been in the playoffs. Now this is all the Steelers' fault. They should have took care of business a long time ago in the season. They win a few more games, they're not in this position at all. But man, it just really sucks that the Jets had to just lose 6 games in a row. The Jets have just been awful to close the season. It's just kind of crazy. It's really, really kind of crazy that this happens. The Jets, oh my god, I can't believe I was kind of rooting for the Jets and Zach Wilson and everything, and I was rooting for the Dolphins and everything earlier on this season. Maybe not rooting for them, but I was believing in what they were doing, and they just came back to backfire on me 100%. Yeah, so it just really, really sucks that this happened. Joe Flacco, I'm just so disappointed at Joe Flacco and the Jets. Joe Flacco was looking kind of good earlier on in this season. I think he had that shootout with the Ravens, and then the Ravens did that comeback. Oh no, the Jets won that game. Did the Jets win that game against the Ravens because of Joe Flacco? Oh my god, dude, I can't believe they didn't do they couldn't score a touchdown. I can't believe that the Jets really sold the Steelers. So yeah, that's really it for the Steelers recap. I mean, there's nothing to talk about. The Steelers took care of business. George Pickens and Kenny Pickett have a great connection. Deontay Johnson was there as well. He almost had his touchdown of the season. It sucks that he didn't get a touchdown. He got a 2-point conversion, but he didn't get the touchdown. I feel bad for Deontay Johnson because there is a lot of just talk negatively on Deontay Johnson's game, and for unnecessary, necessary reasons. He does do mistakes. I talked about it plenty of times this season where he catches the ball and he runs backwards. That happened a lot. He does drop the ball frequently still this season. So yeah, there's still there's a lot to be desired with Deontay Johnson, but I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that next season, I think the Steelers were just a year early. I would say the Steelers were a year early. I think next year is going to be our year. Kenny Pickett's going to get all the reps as QB1. He is going to be QB1. He's going to work with the whole offense. Matt Canada may be gone and everything. I'll talk about this later. I plan to do a Steelers whole season recap and looking into, next year. I'll do that later. But yeah, I mean, I want to be mad. I am mad, but I'm also I know the future is bright with Kenny Pickett and the Steelers. So, I'm not that disappointed. I think we're a year early. I would have loved to see Kenny Pickett, just have him get some playoff experience now. I would have loved that to happen. But the Jets, the Jets sold us, and the Steelers sold themselves by not taking care of business earlier on in the season. And we just got to look forward to next season. And yeah, that's going to be it for the Steelers recap. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this series. I'm going to do a Steelers whole season recap as well, and looking forward into the future. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe so you do not miss it on that. And make sure you don't miss out on the NFL postseason predictions that we're going to do. All the playoffs games, we're going to talk about them and make predictions for playoffs, the Super Bowl. We're going to do all those type of videos, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in that. Thanks for watching, Steeler Nation. I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope to see you next season as well. Goodbye.